Want to dress your house up for Halloween? Want to do it with 3D printing? Join me inside today as we print a candelabra. That way you can have a festive way to dress up your house. See you inside. Hello and welcome to today's video. Today we are making a Halloween candelabra, but it doesn't have to be Halloween. I call it a fall one, but just depends on how you paint it, to be honest with you, how you put your flair on the end of it. So what we're gonna do today is we're gonna get it ready in Thingiverse. We're gonna get the prints ready. I had to do mine in 2 prints just because there's a lot of pieces. And it just kind of was better to break it up into 2 prints. For this model, I used 2 CR10s. One was a V2, one was a standard CR10 to make my print. So let's get over to the computer. All right, and here's the model we're going for today. This was made by HWAsian, put on Thingiverse, the Halloween Candelabra. So as you can see, it's a pretty festive looking model, and it's actually pretty cool looking if you ask me. Now of course we're not doing anything with the candles, we're just printing from the model itself. Candles, Dollar Tree. So we've already got this downloaded, so we're going to go pop over to Cura here, and we're going to open that up, and here is the center section. Now as I said, I'm doing this on a CR10. This section will be done on a CR10 V2 that I have in the back, but as you can see, looks pretty cool. Pretty straightforward print. The hat looks awesome, but what do we do on this channel? We make them bigger. So I'm going to blow that up to 150%. Why not? We've got the firepower with the printer to have that in our print space. So now that's going to take up a lot of my print queue. So we're going to go ahead and slice this, but this is only one piece of multiple pieces we have to print for this. And I'm going to do this in 2 separate prints. We're going to hop over to the other parts in a print here in a second to talk about some stuff with arrangement and different things like that. The way this guy comes on the table looks pretty darn awesome. My print temperature, well, my print temperature is too low, but I'll adjust that. But as you guys can see, this is a rather long print. And it's going to use 3/4 of a spool of a 1K spool of PLA. So it's going to use a lot of PLA to make this. So you got some options to kind of knock that down. Let's go find my infill percentage. 20%. Knock that down to 5. Let's correct my temperatures. I want to do that at 215. Build plate at 50. I'll probably be turning that up as fall comes in. I'll probably tune that back up to 60. Retraction, always. Z-hop. Yes, we want Z-hop on everything. Z-hop height, and let's bump that up a little bit, shall we? 0.4. Print cooling, yes. Support, yes, we want support. I don't think we need it at 45% though. Let's knock that down to 80%. Because the model itself is pretty well supporting itself. I am going to print on a raft. You don't have to. I'm going to. I like having really good plate adhesion. Rafts are a good way to get it. So we're going to slice this guy real quick. I mean, all in all, that's using most of my build plate and my available printer height. So there we go. Let's take a look at the preview so we can see what our supports are doing and get a look at how the infill is going to affect this. So not a lot of support on the model, which is fine. It doesn't really seem to need it. So, but... And there's our infill percentage. As I zoom in, you can see it's not doing a ton of infill. You might be able to get away with 0 infill on this model, but I like having a little bit in there just in case. So we're done with that one. We'll send that guy over to the printer and get him printed up, but I still say that's a really awesome model. Really good detail. Definitely kudos to the model maker on this one. But let's hop over to the other parts. So there are other little pieces. But let's be honest, they're not going to print well like this. The pumpkins will. But this arms, let's rotate those down so they're flat. Because less support, easier to print. If we do that, we need to 0 them to the build plate. So we'll get them set down. Okay, those are good. Now these guys, this guy, we probably could get away with it. But I'm just going to play it safe and minimize my support requirement and flip them over. That way we don't have a lot to do. Then the next thing and final thing I want to do is I just kind of want to get them all kind of nice and tight together on the build plate. I will be doing this with a raft because these parts are thin and I just want to be on the safe side with it. Now one thing you can do too with these arms, if you want to, I will do this. I will delete that model and I will do this one, or is it here? No. Where is that set? There is a setting to mirror this. And I am blanking on where it's at, but you could do just a mirror as well. And, but we're just going to multiply, add it, and boom, there it is. We'll put it, I've got a support button on. No, we don't want the supports. Edit, undo, edit, undo. Get rid of that support piece. We don't need it. But printing it just like this too, it fit fine in the model when it was done. So we'll slice that part. And of course, go through, check your settings, make sure everything looks good on your Cura before you go. Check your temperature. Really, you shouldn't need any support. Knock your infill down if you need to, which 2% infill density on this one is not bad. I had no problems putting it together with very little infill. Of course, check your raft and all that fun stuff. That's going to take a minute to slice. So what we'll do next is we'll send these over to the printer. You guys will see the time lapses of all this being put together. You'll also see the final project painted by my wife Meg. She did an awesome job on the paint job. This one, it doesn't take much. Not a lot of PLA used here. So all in all, you're getting this candelabra for, we'll round that to $2, $9 to print this thing. Where if you were to find this in a store, painted and everything, you're probably going to find it retailing probably like 20 or 30 bucks minimum, if not more. And you can make this in your home and jazz up your house for Halloween. And depending on how you paint it, this can be Thanksgiving too. There's nothing saying this has to be Halloween. So let's get back to the print, and you guys will see a stop motion of the final project and see the painted. So I appreciate you guys joining us today. If you like this video, if you like what you see on this channel, please hit that subscribe button. It really does help us out. It lets us know you guys are enjoying the content that we are making out, and it does help us build the community, which is something I very much want to do. If there's something you'd like to see printed, leave me a comment. I will definitely take a look at it and see if it's something we can put on the channel. Also, hit that bell so you get notified every time we put a new video out. We put new videos out on every Tuesday and Friday. So, and those range from anything from 3D printer how-to help videos to these time lapses of awesome projects that we find out there or that we create ourselves. So I hope you guys enjoy the time lapse. We'll see you at the end.